Peter, play the intro. Father, what gift could I possibly give to you who have done so much for the world, serving the county as treasurer, volunteering and supporting countless community organizations, but especially raising me, your wife's favorite child. So here it is. After a sizable donation to Patreon, I dedicate this episode to you. From the time I was little, you instilled in me, if you want to moo like a cow, moo like a cow. While I'm still not quite sure what that means, I can say wholeheartedly, by your guidance and instruction, moo. I can think of no greater gift to give you than to proclaim from the mountaintops. Subscribe, rate, and review the Clerical Errors podcast. And follow them on Twitter. And don't forget to @them, bro. Bullhagen said I need to wrap this up, and it makes sense. The one reason I am probably your favorite child is that I don't talk as much as your other child. So as you sit down to warm yourself up with that coffee, imagine it came from me. Let it remind you of how much more you love me than my sister. Let it also remind you to make sure there's enough coffee for when I come down on Friday. I hope you appreciate the love and effort that I could have put into writing this dedication to you. Merry Christmas, Pa. Love, your favorite child.
Recorded live at Talks and Tasting Studios, it's the Clerical Errors Podcast, the podcast that shows you what's behind the collar. Let's go.
From the Talks and Tasting Studios, this is the Clerical Errors Podcast, the podcast that shows you what's behind the collar. I'm Bullhagen.
This is Vicar.
And in studio today is Peter.
And Jonah.
Yeah, 3 Bullhagens and a Vicar. Pretty exciting.
I'm outnumbered. Yeah, big time.
And this is something new because Peter's here. He doesn't have his normal editing setup,
Right.
and we just wasted a day putting speakers together.
Yeah, so Bullhagen has been working on some custom speakers,
Yeah.
Oh,
and they sound okay. I mean,
they sound okay.
for the money you paid for them, they sound really good. We just had to build it, and that was how many hours do you think you've spent building this?
Oh, well, you see, it's the first time I've ever done anything like this.
Yeah.
Notice how I said the first time?
Mm-hmm.
The idea is, though, I tried to save a little coin, and I had 4 speakers where a lot of the tweeters and woofers had fingerprints, like they were like bubble wrap to the little kids.
Right.
So it's only fair then that a kid helps me.
Yeah.
All these years later, you gotta rebuild
Right.
them.
So I spent Wednesday night just trying to try to wire everything up, and then he played a video that was like, "Oh, here, you don't have to wire anything." I was like, "Okay, cool." And then today we spent 4 hours soldering.
Yeah. I was in a groove at first, and then apparently you're not supposed to solder and then hot glue it.
Yeah, you're not supposed to hot glue over the solder.
That seems intuitive to me, I guess.
That's it's his first time.
Fair enough.
And my boys can attest to. I did not hand out any handy genes from me, at least, as far as building things, fixing things around the house. It's just
not in your wheelhouse.
right. So that
we
being
got him done. We got him
right?
done though.
That being said, this is a unplugged.
This Is
this
unplugged.
episode.
Yes.
We're
Peter's refusing.
Well, let's not say refusing. I'll probably listen through it once, but
Oh, so not a lot of editing.
Not a lot of editing. Yeah.
Okay.
the sound effects probably not happening today.
So we have to act out our sound effects if we
Yeah.
want them. We just have to do them with,
Yeah. And
That's why we brought Jonah.
and a big
Sure.
big shout out to someone who wanted to do a dedication at the beginning of the show. Merry Christmas.
And that brings us into this is our Christmas episode. It's Christmas Day.
That's right.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
What are you? What'd you bring to drink today, Vicar? I saw you brought.
Oh,
Something.
yes. Well, it happened to be that for Christmas, that Pastor Bullhagen gave me some New Glarus brews out of Wisconsin. You can't get them unless you go to Wisconsin. So since I'm not from this area, they're new to me. I have had a spotted cow variety from New Glarus that another friend of mine got me before. And so this one I brought with me is called Bubbler. It's some kind of a Hefeweizen, so a wheat beer, something I am familiar with, but certainly not from New Glarus Brewing Company. So I look forward to having
Yeah.
that.
Oh, and you're gonna pop it open with the New Glarus bottle opener.
Oh, that is a New Glarus bottle opener. Look at that. How handy. Let's see if I can do it right. Half the time I have the thing upside down.
Yeah,
I think I got it that time.
nailed it.
There we go.
And I've got a little baby Coke.
We stopped by Casey's and I got myself a Monster. The flavor is Aussie lemonade.
Oh.
Oh, and do you want something? You can go to the
Oh.
Clerical Errors fridge, Joe, if you want anything.
Well, little Jonah's
You know,
got juicy
I-
juice.
There's a juice box just sitting on the table here. It might as well, you know,
That's
Does anybody else smell solder, or is that just in my lungs?
That's just your lungs, yeah.
just a little bit of metal in your lungs.
Or the flavor of Aussie lemonade or whatever that is. Maybe they make it with solder down under.
So yeah, we literally have nothing planned.
Yeah, we're too busy soldering speakers.
Right.
We were like, maybe you could do a top 12 on this. Like, maybe.
Right. And I thought that the blizzard conditions were such that we wouldn't necessarily get together and record, but evidently -10 and 30 below, or chill factors of 37 below zero doesn't stop us. So
It
here we
takes
are.
more than that for us to
Right.
miss a week.
Right.
We didn't even miss an episode during the whole pandemic.
We didn't.
Oh,
we haven't missed. Since we started weekly episodes, we've put something out every week.
Every single. So
Wow. And we're coming up on episode 200, I've
Yeah.
heard.
yes, 200. We have. I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, yeah.
There's no spoilers if you don't actually do it. So
Right.
that's
if we,
true.
If we just, it goes by.
we have a possibility planned.
Yeah, I'm gonna build new speakers for the studio.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm gonna try my hand at building a microphone. That shouldn't be hard.
That should be pretty easy, yeah.
Literally, I told my wife. I said, "Hey, I think I got this down. I should be done by 10:30 this morning."
Oh, okay.
And everybody in the house went, sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I haven't showered.
well, we know the solder smell.
Yeah, I am wearing what I wore to bed, except I threw on a. Yeah,
Your shirt's
Yeah.
inside out, by the way. I don't know
Was
if you
it?
realized.
I look homeless.
Yeah, kind of.
Is that Flex Seal on your forearm?
Flex seal on your forearm.
Yeah, it was a bright idea to maybe use a little Flexi on my speaker. If you are building speakers, don't use Flex Seal paint, okay? But if you ever want to, come, we can build speakers. You have any advice? Just let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bullhagen can help you figure it out. You have to do the soldering, though. I don't-
Who does the hot gluing, though? That's the
Right.
question.
Hopefully no one.
Oh, okay.
But it is like a role reversal as a father, because I'm like, Peter, Jonah, help me.
yeah, and I'm in the living room, like on my phone, hanging out.
Yeah.
Sure, sport. What do you need?
I love it.
But the whole idea is, I want to do this. Now I got an empty house most of the time. Put this home theater thing in, and I'm trying to ease my wife into it. I don't
Yeah.
want to.
See, and I'm the media server guy, right? So
Yeah.
once you've got your speaker system, you can get my media server on there, and then you can be watching my movies on your surround sound.
Awesome. So, but you think they sound okay?
Yeah, I think they sound good.
All right.
We'll see how the Clerical Errors podcast sounds when we get back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my voice sounds so manly on it. Not as manly as Jonah's. Say something manly, Jonah.
Something manly.
There you go.
Oh, man. That's,
See, that's why we brought him. We brought him for the voice. Hey, Vicar, how's that beer?
oh, it's very good. It does have that wheat flavor. What would I say? It's got like a, what's the word? Like a body to it. A wheat body to
Yeah.
this Glarus.
Is that
New
the one?
Glarus bubbler.
There's New Glarus beer, and I don't remember which one it was, but I wasn't a huge fan of it myself, and it was because it tastes like circus peanuts to me. Is it that one?
I don't think it is,
No?
but you are more than welcome to give it a shot. See what you think of it. I think it's more just standard beer flavored than anything.
Yeah, that's just a beer.
It's just a beer with a bit of a wheat flavor at the tail end of it. Jonah, you
Yeah,
old
it's like
enough?
it's like I don't know,
Boulevard?
a more complex wheat beer.
Yeah.
It's
think that's fair.
it's more of an IPA kind of feel to it. Well, not
Yeah.
quite be in there.
Without having that like grapefruit tang to it that most IPAs have.
But there was one of the Glarus ones, and I thought it was bubbler or something. It was something like that.
Okay.
It tasted exactly like circus peanuts. It was weird.
Like those orange candy
Yeah,
things?
the orange, like the puffy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They probably are better packing material than they are food.
Yeah.
Boy, we I was gonna say you have a lot of editing to do. We're just talking, but
No, we're just we're hanging out.
it's a
man.
Christmas party.
Yeah.
So how do you, Vicar, your first time like in the Advent Christmas thing in church work, right?
Right.
How does this hit you so far?
Well, I mean, it's exciting because I do have the Christmas sermon, and I mean, what a big deal! I mean, that's the story that we all have known since we were very small children about what church is. It's about baby Jesus and being born in Bethlehem, so it's a privilege, and I'm excited, but it's also
Is that the Jesus you prefer?
yeah. Yeah, not the angry judge. Is that what you mean?
No, it's a reference to
I don't know what that is.
the Ricky Bobby movie. No one.
No,
Ricky Bobby.
Right now, there is a listener, like maybe two, like rolling around at that
Yes.
scene.
Okay.
They're like, "Oh yeah,"
Well,
It's been a while since I've seen it.
where he does a
The
prayer.
Ricky Bobby movie.
Ricky Bobby, is that the race car driver?
Then you
one?
You're
think-
referring
yeah.
to Talladega Nights, right?
Talladega Nights is the movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the only
Real
thing I remember
simple,
about
son.
that is he didn't know what to
Cops
do
are
with his
coming.
hands on the video. That's all I really remember.
You've never seen it? Oh, that's a classic.
No, just the memes. I've not seen the film itself.
He thinks in his prayer for the always delicious Taco Bell
That does
and his
sound
smoking
like
hot
a good
wife,
movie.
Yep. And his two sons,
Walker Texas Ranger.
And what was the other one?
That's classic. I love it. Okay, maybe I do have to see that. But anyway, yes, I'm a church worker that's going to be doing the Christmas sermon for the first time. And, I kind of elected to essentially tell the Christmas story featuring the reaction of the shepherds and the reaction of Mary to the birth of Christ. That's the focus.
And I gave you, by the way, why don't you give a shout out to what you listened to help you get in the Christmas sermon
Okay,
writing
yeah.
mode?
So Pastor Bullhagen showed me a episode of Issues, Etc. From a few years back in which Dr. Norman Nagel was the guest speaker, and he was doing kind of, I'll say dramatic readings, but his voice kind of really is just like that. So I don't know if it was drama for him or not. I think he was just reading in his normal voice various Christmas poems and stories, and it felt very homiletic. They weren't precisely sermons, but it made me feel a lot more comfortable using a little bit of homiletic license to tell the Christmas story. Now, nothing crazy, nothing out there's not psychedelic Eugene Organ time or something, but
Right.
But I got to add some flavor to the Christmas story and tell it in a way that I think will be engaging.
Well, I have heard that ayahuasca helps you understand the life after death.
Yeah.
Not in my experience.
There you go.
Yeah, but that's one thing that that you can do with Christmas. I actually find that there are times where sermons like Christmas and Easter are actually harder to preach, at least early on, simply because you have a text and then you add certain things to it. Like if you're preaching out a parable, you're going to bring in the death and resurrection of Jesus in some way.
Right.
But then when you get to the death and resurrection, you're already preaching it.
Yeah, it's the core story, especially on Easter, of course. And it's because it's the birth of Jesus, it was difficult I didn't really want to focus on the cross, which, I know every sermon's supposed to have the cross featured in it. We preach Christ crucified, but I didn't want to be heavy on that on the occasion in which we're celebrating his advent, his birth into the world. So I didn't focus on that much.
Okay. Hey, maybe I'll do that for one of mine.
Yeah. One of the Christmas Eve services.
Right.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. You nailed him to the cross.
Oh, goodness. It hurts because it's true.
Now, here's a question for maybe both of you. I guess you haven't done it yet.
I haven't
Victor,
done it yet.
But is it different having it be on a Sunday morning? Christmas being on a Sunday
Christmas morning? Not really. Not for me, because, well, one, we still use a divine service. And two, Christmas morning is about celebrating the coming of our Lord in the body and blood, too.
Yeah, okay.
Right? I mean, that's where Christmas comes from.
Right.
And
he came to us in body and blood. He was born body and blood.
Right.
So that makes
right.
sense.
I mean, as Joseph was explained to by the angel of the Lord, Jesus is Emmanuel, which Matthew spells out for us. Emmanuel, which is, in case you didn't miss it,
Yeah.
God with us, so that we know that the very essence of Jesus is to be a God who is with us.
Right.
And how is God with us? Well, where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am with them. Or this is my body given for you. This cup is a new covenant in my blood, shed for you for the forgiveness of sins. So the best way to celebrate Christmas is what happens on Sunday, whether it's on Sunday. Also, if you have the extra, there's a difference in this. It saves a little time.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah,
say.
you don't have to do. There's one less service to do.
Right. It's efficient.
Right. Right. But then you have to pay for it on New Year's.
Right.
Oh, by the way,
Sunday
before I
morning.
forget,
Yeah.
and Peter won't cut this out. This is the way it is.
Okay.
Would you have a problem filling in on New Year's Day for someone if you just preach your New Year's Eve sermon on New Year's Day?
So, like, do the same sermon twice because I'm already scheduled for New Year's Eve. I guess, are you asking?
I'm asking you
As a hypothetical or as
your,
actual?
No, I'm asking you as your circuit visitor,
Okay.
not here,
Oh,
because we don't have Sunday school anyways,
right. We don't. So
and they give you a chance to go to a couple of places and fill in.
wait. No, I think it's fine, but we don't have Sunday school on
New
January
Year's.
on New Year's Day. We don't. Okay, I didn't
Right.
know that.
Mostly because there won't be enough people here.
Oh, okay.
Right.
It'll be New Year's
But
morning.
we're open communication here.
Yes, I think I hear what you're saying now. And yes, of course, if you want me to go preach the same sermon I gave New Year's Eve on New Year's Day at a different congregation, yeah, I could do that if you want me to.
Okay.
Or you assign it to me, however you
Yeah.
want to say it.
You'll get a little extra Christmas money.
Well, there you go. Yeah, and then I find out it's 5 states away or something right after that.
No,
No, he said circuit
Oh,
visitor.
that's
Circuit
true. It's
visitor.
got to be in the same.
it's got to
okay,
be
yeah.
the circuit. Yeah.
Well, this vocabulary is new to me. Okay.
All right. We'll talk about that later, but I want to get that off.
Yeah,
before you know how I am.
Oh, I do know how you
with
are.
my ADHD. If I think of something, I have to get it out. So.
Yeah, no, it's the best way.
All right. Well, do you guys want to talk about the? I guess we kind of already are talking about the text, right? Because it's Christmas.
Right.
Is there a specific reading you guys want to hit quick, or do you guys want to just move on?
Well, I can talk a little bit about
Okay.
Matthew. Matthew gets neglected, I think, sometimes
Okay. Yeah.
because everyone likes Luke.
Yep.
But Matthew is just as powerful. You mean you have a clear description in the name and the title of that Jesus is God with us, Emmanuel, and that he is Jesus because he will save his people from their sins. Clear understanding of what Christmas is as explained to Joseph. And I think that has you good over there, Pete?
Sorry. Yeah, I pulled up my phone to try and get some Bible verses, and I got a weird notification that just doesn't make any sense, and I was showing my brother.
Oh, weird. Peter, take that. Oh, wait.
Yeah, it's not getting cut out. Everything's staying in today.
It's staying.
There it goes.
So, what do you have any favorite Christmas memories, Vicar?
Wow. Like first, I have to think about it. I mean, I didn't used to go to church for Christmas. I'll bring that up because, as I probably talk about virtually every single episode, I was not raised Lutheran, and so Christmas was a family event, and we didn't go to church on Christmas in the different Pentecostal and non-denominational churches that I was part of. It turns out that Mrs. Vickers' birthday is on Christmas, so I always have to think of something special to do that kind of stands out because
Right.
if I don't,
So, have you ever brought up that like she's your second favorite person born on that day?
No, that's pretty good though. I haven't done that yet.
Do you guys do like an opposite birthday or something where it's like
She
in
did.
July or something?
When she was a kid, they celebrated on June 25th,
Yeah.
her half birthday. because otherwise no kids could ever come over to her birthday parties, right? Because they were all celebrating Christmas with their family. And so, yeah, they used to do that for her. But she claims that 1 year in elementary school, her parents plumb forgot and she missed a birthday altogether.
Wow.
Now,
Victor,
I
don't
can't-
do that.
Yeah, I will have to be careful. Now, I did get her one time a gift that was so domestic housewife in quality that I had to get her permission first. We were poor, struggling students, and we lived in an apartment, and I really wanted to get her a dishwasher, a portable dishwasher. And I thought, man, that could really backfire, because what if she just sees that
Right.
as like me, pigeonholing her as like the dishes person. So I had to get her permission. So that's one memorable Christmas where I had to let her
Yeah,
know.
I did that once. I got her a sandwich maker to save her some time.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. Did that work out for you? Did
Yeah.
you save a bunch of time and
Yeah.
get other work
Okay, I
done?
lied.
No, that was me getting you a present.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
That did actually happen. Do you remember that?
No.
I got you a. You would always like your go-to when we were kids. Like if it were, oh, you guys hungry? Sure, I'll make you quesadillas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we got you because legitimately in our brains it was like, oh, this will save Dad so much time when he does this. We got you a quesadilla maker,
Well, that's cool.
and then you were upset because you're like, here, this
no.
make us food.
No, that's not exactly right. It would have been. I don't remember exactly the situation. He was like, "What's wrong? Are my quesadillas not good enough that I have to use a machine now?"
Oh, yeah. That's how you should.
Because both of you know that I am when it comes to those things, like yesterday, right? I had chips for dinner.
Yeah.
And I spent like hours, maybe not hours, but a good amount of time making pizza for everybody.
And it was delicious.
It was
Because
really
I
good.
love making pizza, but there's a lot of things in pizza I can't eat, which I was perfectly happy. I had fun making you all pizza.
And that's
watching
what
you
we
eat
didn't
it.
realize when we were younger, because we were like, oh, a quesadilla maker. Dad makes quesadillas. This will make things so much easier.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like a most memorable Christmas gift you've ever given or received?
Yes.
I'll have to think about it. Go ahead, Bullion.
1 year I got someone an engagement ring.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Who?
He still has it to this
This
day.
just got awkward. Yeah.
Maybe you'll meet the right person
Right?
someday.
Like I always tell Julie, I say, I remember the first time I saw you. First time I saw you, that's when I knew I wanted to date your friend Paula.
Oh, that's terrible. And funny.
You have
No,
a good one,
goodness.
Joe?
Nothing is really coming to mind, but
No.
How about a memory? You got a favorite memory?
uh,
Do you know what mine is? That involves you?
sure.
Our
Go ahead.
Christmas tree.
Oh,
My favorite
that
favorite
Christmas
picture Christmas tree.
All right. You're gonna have to find that and post that to the Facebook, I think.
You think so?
If you haven't done that before,
All right.
All right.
we're gonna have to post that,
that
one.
that Christmas tree. So what happened is the year prior, the year prior when we were taking down Christmas decorations, we decided we were going to save ourselves some time for next year, and just wrapped the whole thing all set up as is in Saran wrap. I think maybe we took off the ornaments so they didn't break, and then we put that away, all wrapped up. It worked enough at the time. Next year, when we finally went and took that tree out, it had gotten a little broken. So the stand, the main problem was the stand was missing one of the legs.
Oh.
So it wouldn't stand up. And other problem is the saran wrap wasn't coming off as easily as we expected it to.
Mm-hmm.
So we have this picture of us attempting to get this tree to stand up. We have this hook in the ceiling, meant to be used for,
Probably like one of those old style lamps where you'd have
Yeah.
the chain and hang down.
yeah, we have one of
Okay.
those. And it was right about where we put the Christmas tree. So we took a piece of string of some sort and tied that to the top of the tree around the hook to try and help hold it up, with saran wrap still half covering the tree. And there's a picture of that somewhere. And it's a great picture because it's clearly everything is falling apart.
And we're happy and having a good time, but that's like one of the 2 times it's happened where we're getting ready for Christmas, and where Mom is crying, and I'm making a late night trip to Walmart in Basin City to get something like a tree.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay, so this reminds me of a Christmas memory that I have to share because it's actually going to fit with what we've been talking about today. Back when we were poor, starving students, we didn't go get a Christmas tree, but in the corner of in the apartment, there was my loudspeaker that's probably from the 1970s, but it's one of these proud things, that I owned that I, would connect to my stereo. And it was sitting there, and so we had some decorations, and we wrapped the Christmas lights and put the decorations around the speaker. So my big speaker in the corner became the Christmas speaker. And Heather and I thought it was just funny, and we were laughing. And, but our daughter, let's see, she was probably like 6 or 7, and she was really offended that she didn't want to do no Christmas speakers anymore. That was terrible. And she wanted to make sure that we knew that wasn't okay to have a Christmas speaker instead of a Christmas tree. And I just remember her looking so serious at us. It was great.
All right, Bullhagen, give us a good pun for that one. I can't cut it out if it's bad, so give us a good pun.
Of a speaker Christmas tree?
Speaker Christmas tree.
Oh, man.
The silence is staying in as well.
I don't have any.
That Christmas was treble.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can come up with something better than that, but
We can. Is there a pun we can make with crossovers with
Yeah. There you
with
go.
capacitors or resistors or soldering?
let me think.
I love it. Now you got to do that like 8 times, though. 8 ohms.
8 ohms.
That's what actually got this whole project going.
Yeah.
Because I went to get a replacement tweeter for the ones that were, and I took it out. Oh, it's 6 ohms. So I got a 6 ohm, and it didn't sound right because it was a better tweeter than what was in there. It was too bright.
Yeah.
So then I had to get a different woofer to match.
Yeah.
And then the crossover didn't match. And so I had to build a crossover.
If you give a pastor a woofer, he'll want some milk to go with it.
Well, if you give a pastor a tweeter, he'll want a woofer to go with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I feel,
Like
how about this?
You guys give him us
You
a
c-
cookie?
How about this?
Yeah.
How about this? You
Or
can.
give a pig a pancake. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were going this way. You can teach a pastor, or you can give a pastor a hi-fi speaker, or and he can have a speaker, or you can teach him how to build a speaker, and then they'll have speakers for a lifetime.
I don't know. Not with the way you're going. I think maybe somebody should have gave you a speaker.
Buy a man a speaker. He has a speaker.
But
Teach
by
a
the
man
way,
to build a speaker, he'll have speaker
by the way,
components for the
because
rest
I know because I know Mom hasn't been listening, there is a little method to the madness. Because now if I want to get a speaker,
Yeah, you just get one. Yeah.
I just say, well, I could build one.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. That's pretty good. What do you call that? Like that therapy, the aversion therapy or something like that?
She's been surprisingly patient because that's
I'm sure that's been
yeah.
challenging.
Because with the ADHD, it's not like everything's like nicely set out,
Yeah.
organized.
Not like the studio that we find
Right,
ourselves in. Not
right.
Like that.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's so much space. It'd be hard to clutter it up.
I think I detect sarcasm.
No.
No?
Yeah,
No?
this is the
Okay.
Spacious Talks and Tasting Studio.
Oh,
What are you
yeah.
talking about?
yes, of course.
All right.
Well, do you guys want to move on to? Did you decide you wanted to do a top 12?
Let's do a top 12 things to get your pastor for Christmas.
Okay, we
I
can do
kind of
that.
feel like we've done that before.
Maybe we have, maybe we haven't. I don't know.
Well, maybe we can, if we have, we'll just update the list.
Hey, Jonah, play the intro. Give us a good
enough
theater-
nonsense.
Enough nonsense. It's time for Bullhagen's top 12.
Enough nonsense. Now it's time for Bullhagen's Top 12.
That was pretty good.
That was good.
All right. So you want to think of something nice to do for your pastor behind the collar. What would be something? And now it's a little late, right?
Yeah, for this year it's late, but we can get it on the calendar for next year.
Right. That's typical clerical ears.
Yeah. We're 364 days early.
That's right.
All right, so number 12.
Number 12.
Yeah.
Money's good.
How would you know?
Money's good, yeah.
Money's good, yeah. I mean,
That's a good catch. That's like for anybody, right?
mm-hmm.
It's a good catch-all.
And number 12 or 11?
Number 11.
Man, you got that voice.
That's right.
But by the way, you know how I mentioned that Peter kind of like, help me, Dad?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now when you go to the wellness center, like I got someone out lifting me now too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Jonah.
You've been,
Yeah.
Yep.
Only a little. I'm not too far ahead of you now.
He's a little younger than you two. He's got a little more spring in his step.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I know what I saw. When he was on that press machine, the entire stack of weights, every last one of those plates, all the way to the bottom of the stack, like was going up and down, like all of them.
It
And
wasn't like he was struggling with it.
No,
either.
and it wasn't like, oh, he barely got one out. No, the thing was just going up and down, like it didn't matter. Like, so yeah, I saw what I saw.
Oh, was it the leg push?
No,
No,
that
it
was
was the-
shoulder press.
Sorry,
Oh.
shoulder press. Yeah, it was incredible. Like, and then I saw Pastor Bullhagen on it next, and it wasn't the whole stack, and he was struggling a lot harder.
My form was better.
Well, I think it was.
Sure.
Anyway, we said number 11. What's number 11?
Oh yeah.
Number 11, gift cards. now you might say, okay, well, why is gift cards nice? Well, it's because if, we can always find something that money can go to, right? If you-
Yeah.
Money goes into the bank, and then that goes to paying bills.
Bills. Yeah. It's
not
fungible.
always. I try and get something nice, but I actually think that sometimes a gift certificate is helpful or a gift card, because then you can,
Yeah.
You have to buy something that's fun with it.
Right.
right.
Now, what are the best places for you individually, but also maybe for a pastor?
Oh,
Oh,
I'm thinking CPH. I mean, it's worked for me. I'm vicar that has to buy books sometimes still, so I've been happy to get CPH
So,
gift
books,
cards.
yeah.
Yep.
Date night, maybe.
yeah, a date night, a dinner, yeah, something like that. Number 10.
Number 10.
He's getting better every
It's
time.
great.
I will go with a note. Drop a note.
Drop a note.
I like those. Encouragement.
Okay. And it's like the pen is mightier than the sword type of thing. Is that?
Yeah. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I could see why that's number 10 and not higher up on the list.
Well, you probably figured, for me personally, that should be higher because
'Cause you're swanning money or something.
no, because I'm always hunting for comments.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Speaking of which, Vicar, where can they get a hold of us?
Okay. Well, the Clerical Errors podcast can be reached by emailing feedback@clericalerrors.org. On Facebook, you can find us by searching for Clerical Errors Podcast. And on Twitter, we use the handle @ClericalErrorsP.
P for podcast, bro.
And there it is. And we have a Patreon as well. And we have a store that can be reached, store.clericalerrors.org, for all of the merchandise that you need to hastily buy to give people for Christmas a few days late.
Yeah. Which brings us to number 9. 9?
Number 9.
Number 9.
Clerical Errors podcast merch.
Yeah,
that's
gotta
right.
be the answer.
Yeah. One of a kind.
What of a kind? Quality materials.
Do we sell any this Christmas season?
I'm not sure. I haven't checked.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should probably log in and claim any money that's in there.
Did we send the?
Oh.
Absolutely not. Are you kidding me?
I don't remember if we.
I
did
mean,
we
he
get a
worked hard
summons?
on that.
Yeah,
He did, and
that
he's
was-
been waiting months.
that
Yeah,
poor
we'll get
guy,
it to you.
that
We'll get it to
listener.
you
Don't worry
someday.
about it, Riley.
Maybe.
It'll be there.
Yeah, we just needed. I just didn't have a size.
Oh
yeah. He didn't send that in a few months ago. or
Yeah, that's
anything.
right. That's got to be his fault. Hey, and there's always Christmas next year, so it'll be okay.
All right, number
8.
Number 8.
Number 8.
I would say this is actually could be higher, but offering to help. There's a lot of things going on.
Mm-hmm.
Being of service. That's always helpful.
Yeah. Are you talking
know?
about the speakers again? I'm not sure.
No, I'm talking about things like helping out with children's program or
Yeah.
All those type of things, that are helpful, or just just be a part.
Yeah.
That's all. I really always appreciate that.
I've seen that here at the church, where there are certain people that volunteer to do certain tasks. And on the one hand, you'd say, okay, well, that you might say, if you didn't think about it, well, that task's not a very big deal. But what's a really big deal is when there's a task and nobody does it, and it needed to be done, like folding the service folders for church. Maybe it doesn't seem like a big task, but if nobody did it, it would suddenly seem like a very big task.
Right.
I really appreciate those people who come in.
Kind of like what we used to have an elder who would come change the hymn boards every Saturday night. He would drive over to church to change the hymn boards. And I thought to myself, you make a special trip. That's something the vicar could do.
Yeah.
So I gave that to the vicar.
Yes,
Because
you did.
a vicar has to have at least a couple of those. But we don't want to be weighed down with those menial tasks either. But
No, but that one's fine, of course.
it doesn't matter to me if it's fine or not. I'm glad I have your approval, vicar.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. Like, ask in advance next time.
That brings us to number 7.
Number 7.
Go to the Advent services. There's a lot, and some of these will sound like that because as a speaking on behalf of pastors, as a pastor, most of the things that you can do that a pastor will notice and think of are those things that are good for you. And so, we had extra Advent Bible studies, extra services, and all those things that that I like for people to take part of and to be refocused on what it means that Christ comes to save us. And this year gave me a chance to talk about what it meant to be created by God.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that. But it's always encouraging to a pastor to be involved in those, to go to the Bible study, invite friends. That could be number 6.
Number 6.
Invite friends to church and Bible study.
Right.
That is a wonderful gift. And I know it sounds like, those are the things that I would say the pastors really do appreciate.
Yeah, those are the things that are going to last forever. Somebody learning the Word of God is something that's useful literally forever. And so that is a great gift. And one of the things I wanted to also mention about the midweek Advent services is the pastor gets to choose what the topic is. Like normally, and rightfully so, we follow a lectionary, so we know what the readings are going to be. But Advent services and Lent services, the pastors get to pick something. So it's you get to learn something that's on the pastor's heart if you go to those midweek services.
Right. Now, that's always fun. What are we at? Number 5?
Yeah. Number 5.
Something for his wife. You take her out for lunch sometime, or do something nice for her.
Oh, that's pretty good. I thought you were going to say 5 golden rings, but
all right, I'm running to gas. Number 4.
Number 4.
Talk amongst yourselves.
We could think of something. Vicar, you got one?
Something good for Pastor. Well, I hope it's wine jelly. I really hope it is.
Oh yes, wine jelly.
Oh, good.
Maybe that's the deal, right? A bottle of your pastor's favorite liquor.
That's true. A homemade. Well, that would be different actually. Maybe that could be the next one. Maybe that's number 3. But number 4, I'm thinking like a homemade food item.
Not really.
No? Okay, never mind. Alcohol it is.
That's my question after when we're done is maybe what are some things, and we could talk about that now, I guess, since we're here. What are some things that maybe pastors don't want?
Like an interlude right now.
Not like don't want per se, but like don't prefer. Like I know for a fact, you end up with 1 million cookies every year.
Mm-hmm.
Not much anymore.
Not much anymore
You
because
saw
of
that
your
now.
dietary
Yeah.
restrictions, but
Yeah, because I've never been much of a sweets guy.
yeah. Now, if your pastor and pastor's family are very much into sweets, then sure.
Has anybody tried to buy you like some contemporary Christian music CDs or something like that?
No,
No. Okay. That'd be kind of funny though.
Peter did.
I do what I have to do.
All right, number
3, I think.
3.
Number 3.
Help him out with various projects like speakers.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense.
I was going to mention too for the liquor one, just for the listener, in case this comes up again. What's your liquor of choice? Paul?
Oh, I've grown to be a tequila guy.
What kind of like a gold or silver, dark as you can get?
No, I like actually I kind of like the plata, just the clear.
The clear stuff.
Well, every once in a while a Reposado or an Añejo is pretty good too, which is Reposado's age a little bit longer, and an Añejo is aged to be a little darker.
What about you, Vicar?
Not tequila. I mean, not because I think anything's wrong with it. I just have zero experience with it, so I wouldn't even know. So I'm a Jameson guy. I'm like, I found out I liked it, and then I just sort of stuck with it. I won it in a raffle one time at work. There was a Christmas raffle, and I ended up with a bottle of Jameson. And I was like, well, I don't even really care about spirits too much. I knew I liked some exotic Northwest beers, and then I took the Jameson home and became a convert. Now I like Jameson ever since then.
No Rumplemans for you guys.
Oh no.
Fireball.
Yeah.
No,
Fireball.
but I like tequila because it's like sometimes a little peppery, and a little bit of it's almost like a citrusy sometimes aspect to it. It's like I don't know. Even in winter, it feels like a little taste of summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm a beach guy. Maybe that has something to do with it. All right, where are we at?
Number 2, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 2.
What would Berg's answer be, Bullhagen? You know this one.
What is Berg's number 2 or number 1?
Wow. Either.
There's a joke there somewhere.
Careful.
Unedited, remember?
Unedited, yeah.
Right.
I think one of Berg's would be time off. Leisure time.
Yeah.
Leisure. Yeah, that would be his. Yeah, leisure. He's a leisure guy.
Okay. Like go see Thor, Love and Thunder or something?
No, we're talking
okay.
like
Disappear for a week.
Disappear for a week. Yeah.
Whether that's at home, whether that's at, who knows, Florida, I guess. You
Yeah.
did that once.
Yeah, getting away and thinking and reading.
Yeah.
But if you do get away as a pastor, you don't get to turn your phone off nowadays, do you? Or do you?
My phone's not on half the time.
Well, that's true. You don't answer when I text you.
That's why we have vicars.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just wondered, like, if the practice.
It
for
happened
pastors-
again, like really recently, where like, no one's called me all day. It was out of power.
All right. Well, that's
I got a kick out of this. I haven't been home, especially since you got your current secretary, and it cracked me up a little bit because Mom was getting texts saying, "Tell Pastor blank." I was like, she knows the system. She gets it.
yeah. You know, even Mrs. Vicar one time told me when I was trying to get hold of you, Pastor, like, oh, just text Julie. She'll tell him. So that system is apparently still in effect.
That's not an invitation to do that, by the way.
No,
Please don't do that.
I didn't do that too. I just figured
To
yeah,
the
it might
listener,
work, but
don't do that. I'm going to get in so much trouble if you do that.
maybe we can edit this one.
And number 1.
And number 1.
I think everybody knows this, right? Go to church.
Go to church.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to say money again or
I mean-
something. No.
Yeah. Lots of money. No.
Just money. Bleep tons of money.
That has to stay in, Vicar.
Yeah, I can't cut that out.
We'll bleep it out.
That's still editing, man.
That's
I'm
still
not
editing.
even doing sound. Oh well, it is what it is.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah, because we're pastors to do that. So,
Right.
to give you Jesus. That's why we're doing it. So,
You know, I've had an experience already where I prepared a Sunday school class and 0 kids of the right age group showed up for it. And, you know, it was a minor experience, but it was a little bit of a downer, right? I mean, I worked to prepare a lesson and there was nobody there to hear it. And
there is an aspect to being a pastor that you just have to deal with, and that is, it's like baseball. I've told you this before. Like if you're hitting 300 in baseball, you're like a Hall of Famer,
Right.
right? Like you're gonna try a whole bunch of things, and like half of them won't float.
Right.
Especially when you get to a new place and you have all this energy, and you just gotta roll with the punches.
Yeah.
Put your effort into it. Sometimes it floats, sometimes it doesn't.
I swear I'm going to start a diet club, though, when I get my call. I'm just going to just straight up start a diet club and see what happens, see if I can get people to show up.
Hannah, what do you think about that?
Oh, she's going to say don't call it diet. And I know she's right. I know she is. But I use the old word.
All right, so as a kind of a closing, we should probably sing our tradition.
I don't want to do the singing.
Let me talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, yes.
I'll grab a few hymnals.
Okay.
right.
Anybody?
This one here already.
Oh, there's one here. Okay, but anybody ever got a firearm for Christmas?
No.
No?
Where,
Okay.
John, have you ever shot a gun before?
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you shot?
I don't know. I was at a gun range with some friends. I shot a few things. Small caliber pistols mostly.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
I've only shot a shotgun.
Oh, but that's pretty fun, though.
Yeah.
Sure, fair enough. Yeah. One time I went to a full auto shoot. So people that had that Class 3 federal firearms license that can own fully automatic weapons had a special event. But I was busy taking pictures of my daughter, who might have been in middle school at the time, like firing an anti-aircraft gun and things like that. That was really cool. And we got done, and when I went home, I think as I thought about it, I was like, wait, I never shot anything the whole time I was there. But that's okay. The pictures are cool with my, she's now 30 years old, right? But back when she was, half that age, there was pictures of her firing some really interesting guns, and Uzi was one of them as well. So, I brought up the firearms thing because Mrs. Vickers' birthday is on Christmas, there is an occasion in which on Christmas morning she got a handgun. It's technically for her birthday, but it was on Christmas. And I got her a stainless steel Ruger revolver.
Oh, that's cool.
It was really cool because at the time, actually to this day, I have a Glock, a semi-automatic Glock 17. And I've got like really little hands, which I'm showing you guys. Nobody's going to be able to see that. And so I kind of have to hold the gun slightly off center, because it has to accommodate the magazine. So you can't like form the handle of a semi-automatic to only be ergonomic, but you can a revolver. And so I was immediately jealous when I picked up her revolver.
Yeah. We
Did you hear me?
No, I can't hear you.
That's from your office.
Oh, okay. This is going to have August's name in it. See?
Oh.
I've got August Bullhagen's.
yeah, most of our family ones ended up here.
Yeah.
This one's Grace's.
Do you have a Bullhagen one as well?
Nope,
you
I don't.
That's pretty good.
All right. Hurry up and find one, folks. we're live.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
gotta.
we're not cutting this out.
So we gotta. So everybody gets to hear us turning pages. We got to find one with like a narrow sonic range, so we're not like reaching for the world's highest note followed by the world's lowest note right in a row, because that's gonna fail. Because
You could do a nice, easy Joy to the World.
yeah, that is a good one. I believe it's 397.
You're right.
Nope, not in this one. It's not.
387.
387. There we go.
I didn't realize God Loves Me Dearly was a Christmas hymn, according to this.
God Loves Me Dearly, huh? Well, I suppose I don't know if I know that tune. Is it one of those ones where if you started singing it, I would recognize it, or I don't know?
Yeah, do.
All right.
Do.
I want to sing 272.
272.
Right.
If this gets made into a song, I'm leaving the podcast.
Wait, 272. That can't be
372,
Right.
sorry.
Sorry. Okay.
My bad.
I was back looking at the confirmation rite. I didn't figure we'd sing the confirmation rite.
Oh yeah, okay, this is not too bad.
Yeah, if you guys, I'll do the first verse.
I know it.
Okay, I don't think I know it, but that's okay. I'll catch on quick.
All right. O Jesus Christ, thy manger is my paradise at which my soul reclineth. For there, O Lord, doth he lie the Word, made flesh for us here in thy grace forth shineth. He whom the sea and wind obey, doth come to serve the sinner in great meekness. Thou, God's own Son, with us art one, dost join us and our children in our weakness. Thy light and grace, our gilded face, thy heavenly riches for our loss retrieving. Emmanuel, thy birth doth quell the power of hell and Satan's bold deceiving. Thou Christian heart, whoe'er thou art, be of good cheer and let no sorrow move thee. For God's own child, in mercy mild, joins thee to him, how greatly God must love thee. Remember thou what glory now the Lord prepared thee for all earthly sadness. The angel host can never boast of greater glory, greater bliss or gladness. The world may hold her wealth and gold, but thou, my heart, keep Christ as thy true treasure. To him hold fast until at last a crown be thine and honor in full measure. Thank you for listening. I'm Bolagan.
This is Vicar.
I'm Peter.
And I'm Jonah.
And may your Christmas
Sound good?
With speakers.
we got to keep it.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you for joining us. This podcast is available on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever else you get your podcasts. Questions, thoughts, concerns? You can contact us on Facebook at facebook.com/Clerical Errors Podcast, on Twitter at Clerical Errors P for podcast, or email us at feedback@clericalerrors.org. Thanks for listening to Clerical Errors. See you next time.